over a year? Are you crazy? Week 53, I've now been on Accutane for over a year. One of the most asked questions, Lance asked it, a lot of other people have been asking it. He says that he's been on Accutane for multiple treatments, but he's never heard of anyone going for a full year straight or longer. Is that okay? Have I got my blood test taken? Am I healthy? Actually, completely yes, I'm absolutely healthy. Right now, you'll be looking at some of the results of my last blood test, which was taken 4 days ago, and I am completely healthy. The number that you're seeing on the right side is actually the average number, the number that I'm supposed to be under to be healthy. So if you're seeing all my numbers, they are significantly lower on the left side than I'm supposed to be on the right side. So I'm actually much healthier than the average individual. Now this pertains to my actual fat count and my liver panel. My liver panel actually looks really great, and the liver panel is what we are really focusing on because a lot of people have liver troubles and they have a lot of liver issues when they take Accutane, especially a high dose and especially for as long as I have taken. Now you might have noticed that my fats, my triglycerides are super low, 1/3 of what I'm supposed to be under. So this quite possibly could be contributing to the fact that I have to be on Accutane for so long because I don't have enough fat in my blood to absorb it correctly, so I'm having to do it for longer to get the same effect. That's what my theory is, and honestly I think it might be right, but that's why it's my theory. As far as the updates go this week, it's super short and simple. I'm feeling amazing. This week my face is looking pretty clear, and when I went into the doctors on Friday, this last Friday, I wasn't sure, you know, I was like, I don't want this to be the last week, because I went in there and I had this big thing on my forehead, a big cyst. He actually injected that, which is awesome. I know it sounds kind of scary or weird at first, but once you go in there long enough and you're like comfortable with your doctor, you're like, can you please get rid of this bugger? It's been around for a week and a half, and then they just inject it, and like literally within 24 hours it's gone. But literally I talked to my doctor for about 30 seconds and he was like, hey, do you want to continue? Your face looks like you could continue if you want. If not, we can stop. And I was like, absolutely. And then, oh man, I just love my derm. He was like, do you want to continue on the same dosage, or do you want to maybe taper down, or what do you want to do? And I was like, actually, honestly, I have some potential things coming up. I have some projects in the future, so I know I probably should taper down, but I would really appreciate if we could run the same treatment, 100 milligrams a day, at least for 1 more month, because I feel like at that point my face will be a lot clearer, if not completely clear, at least a lot clearer than it was that day I went in on Friday and talked to my derm. So I'm gonna be running for I'm gonna be taking Accutane for another 4 weeks, and then we will update. So I'm going to be taking Accutane for another 4 weeks, and then I guess we'll have an update on whether or not I'm going to be stopping at 56 weeks or probably continuing on. Either way, my dermatologist is awesome, and it's just like, it's so nice to work with someone who's like willing to work with you instead of telling you what to do and then not listening to you. Now, a lot of you guys have been saying, where are the fan questions? Where's the fan question segment gone in the videos? I know that's one of your favorite parts of these episodes, and it's definitely one of my favorite parts, but over the last couple weeks, there's actually been a declining amount of questions. There's been pretty much the same amount of comments, which thank you so much for supporting me, but there's been less questions coming in, so I think that's really funny. But last week there was actually quite a few questions, so we're gonna do a little fan segment this week, and if you have questions for next week's video, please leave them in the comments below, because that's how we can make the fan segment happen. You can ask anything you want to, by the way. First question comes from Logan Silvernail. First off, Silvernail is like the coolest last name ever. I wish I could trade you. You can be Logan Turner, I'll be Brian Silvernail. Hell yes. And Logan asks me, what do you think your hardest part of being on Accutane was? As you guys know, my Accutane side effects have been a lot easier than a lot of other people's, but I will say that probably one of the hardest things was for a little bit there, my lips, my mouth were so dry, and I would forget chapstick here and there because I was getting into the swing of Accutane, and when I would open my mouth, open past like, you know, like 60%, like if I would open my mouth all the way, the outside parts of my lips right here would crack, like literally crack and start bleeding. And then you close your mouth and you'd be like, ah, I don't want to open my mouth again. And then you laugh or something, and then more parts of your lips would start splitting and bleeding, and it's so painful. I know people on Accutane know these feels. Serious. Quimlim asks, are you taking any sort of liver support system like Milk Thistle? Because my liver panel tests have been coming out consistent and healthy the entire time I've been on Accutane, I see no reason to actually take a liver support like Milk Thistle or desiccated liver or liver complex, so I don't. But if my liver did have any trouble, I would jump on those things, but I don't need to. Hey Brian, what t-shirt size are you? Because you look pretty big. This question was asked in my last video, so in that last video I was wearing a large size t-shirt, and I wear an extra large jacket or hoodie, because I like my hoodies to be kind of big and kind of fall off of me. But the large is the exact perfect size for me. It really hugs and it's really tight on me, and I'm almost too big for the large, but it's just like perfect where it just fits me nice. Speaking of shirts and shirt sizes and whatnot, the new Endless Pursuit line literally just launched yesterday and sold out within the first hour and a half pretty much. We have, I think, something like 10 to 15 hoodies left, so if you want to get a hoodie, go on beyondtheweek.com. You can get one right now. But we're working super hard to get new stuff out as quick as possible, but still keeping that quality good. So we're gonna get the blanks in on something like Monday or Tuesday of next week. We're gonna print them out, get them ready, and have them done, hopefully shipping out by like Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And you guys can totally pre-order all that stuff tomorrow. You can pre-order your hoodies, your shirts. Also, bundles will be back up and available. You can pre-order all that stuff. Just be mindful that it's gonna take about 7 days for us to fulfill and actually start to ship, and it's probably gonna take another 3 or 4 days to get to you if you're in the USA, or maybe a week or 2 if you're international. So just be aware of that, but you guys can totally pre-order more stuff tomorrow on beyondtheweek.com. I would really appreciate that. The mad support you guys have given me is just amazing, and thank you, and thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. You're helping me grow as a channel. Enough of that. The last question comes from James, and James says, Brian, what kind of protein do you use? Do you use something like whey isolate or anything else? I don't use any protein powder at all right now. Why? Because I'm broke. Seriously. The only kind of protein that I can't take whey protein. I can't take anything derived from dairy. So casein, whey isolate, whey concentrate, whey hydro isolate, anything like that. I can't take any of that stuff because it has dairy in it. It makes my face just go and explode like a Hawaiian volcano. So what I usually take is egg protein if I'm going to use a powder. But that stuff is expensive. It's like 50 bucks for 2.5 pounds. I usually get Optimum Nutrition for anyone who's wondering, so if you do have the money, that is what I would go with. It's absolutely amazing. It has a weird aftertaste because it is egg, but it's pretty much the best flavored egg protein there is Optimum Nutrition, if you can afford it. But I also take soy protein via protein bars, as you guys have seen in my full days of eating. But other than that, I don't really supplement with some sort of protein. I have meats to get my intake in. You know, I have chicken and I have steak and whatnot and fish, and that helps me hit my protein macros for the day. Alright family, that is week 53 of my Accutane adventures. I feel like we've been on this forever, but we just got a little bit farther to push, and you guys are helping me the entire way. You guys have been helping me since day one, man. You guys have helped me become a different person, start a new life. I don't know how to thank you guys enough. Seriously, thank you so much. My most genuine thank you for the support, for coming in here watching, coming and leaving comments every single time, hitting the like button, subscribing. All that stuff makes it so that I can do what my dream is. My dream is to be a YouTuber, continue on helping people, creating content for the rest of my life, you know, launching my clothing line into space. I love you guys. Thank you all for checking in the video. Team Beyond the Week. Big J.
Lift heavy or die MIRIN! Yeah!
There it is. There it is, my friends. So, I just finished my Accutane video. I just finished recording it. Now I have to edit it, which is going to take about an hour and a half, I'd say. This one's kind of a medium long one. Probably gonna have like a little bit of orange juice 20 minutes out from my workout, and then we're gonna go hit legs. By the way, right now it is 10:45 a.m. So let's go.